Welcome back, everybody. Spirit Plays More. Spiral Knights. Before we begin, if you could, please click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Join the Discord. That's where all the in-depth conversation comes from. Anyway, I'm almost done with my gigantor cup of coffee. We're hopefully going to get the right glyph, and then maybe next episode you'll see us going through... By the way, thanks for everybody who's helping me right now. Otherwise, that last episode would have been like 30 minutes as opposed to what it is. We're probably going to use the Griffin exclusively here. But the goal is to go Torto hunting. I'm not even interested in getting at anything. Mike, you want to help here? Anybody? There we go. I just want to. I want to see the Tortos again, man. They're extinct as far as I'm concerned. We need to get a shield, but yeah, I'm just happy to be here. That's all I'm saying. Game still looks gorgeous as ever. Guy's got an AP. That's old school. It's the new hotness right here in my hand. Even though this weapon itself, I think, is like 3 or 4 years old. No, don't shoot them. It's right there. Beat him. Beat him with BBs. So anyway, I went back to work. I guess it'd be yesterday. Well, today, technically. Went back to work and, come on, buddy. There you are. Anime Bay. And, it was good. The first thing I did, I went back on my intermittent fasting. I'm sorry. The intermittent fasting. So the first thing I did when I got home after not eating all day was, promptly make myself 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Help. I don't know about you, but like freaking strawberry jelly, dude. It is the absolute best. Also, I was educated within, I think, like 5 years ago. Ugh, snapbacks are great. That the best way to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich is not to put peanut butter on one side and jelly on the other. It's actually to put peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle. Oh my gosh, cat. Humidity in here is just so killer. I don't know how you can stand sitting on me. Thank you for putting more hair in my face. I appreciate that. But it stops. I learned this from practicing making my daughter's lunch. Sometimes she had PPJ. She loved it. I loved it. Oh no. 7. There we go. It did kick in. But the whole philosophy, right? We're talking about the philosophy of the peanut butter jelly sandwich. The whole philosophy behind it was that it prevents the jelly from making the bread soggy. It gives you like a delicious coated layer of success. I thought I was going to end one of my friends. So it's all sorts of worth it. I haven't seen them drop anything yet, which is kind of a bummer. But there's still some danger rooms further down the line. Oh, Mike, it's about time for you again. Whoop. Nobody jumped into that fire? Come on, man. You fiends are disappointing me. It should be something you like. Why is it that... Why do we even go that way? You think because the demons are in hell, they like fire? No, if anything, they should hate it. Does that make sense? Like, if you have a demon in hell, wouldn't it make sense if that demon hated fire more than anything? It doesn't want to be there. Even if you go to the old school, like, definition of heck itself, it shouldn't want to be there. I mean, I wouldn't want to be there. That's a fire and brimstone definition. So I know we talked a little bit about, my father passing on yesterday's episode. So a little bit about that. So as far as hell's concerned, we read a book that was on heaven. So in heaven, naturally, there has to be the concept of hell, and hell is actually very difficult for me to talk about because it's. I'm gonna give you a sad picture, and you can take it for what it is. Is that a Torto? It is. But you can read the Bible in so many ways. You can read it like God gives you such dignity of choice in your life. You can read it to say, yes, there's a dictator. He's horrible. Or you can read it with the same sense of God keeps extending his hand. It says this in Isaiah several times. His wrath is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. He says this because he will not ever He'll give us the choice. He'll never ever separate us from the choices we make. He'll always, like, we have to. That's just how logic works. We deal with the natural outworkings of the choice we have. And he might get angry, just like a father in a carnal society. We get it? Oh, I think we did. Let's go check. We need 5 of each. Oh, we got them, boys. We're gonna go the whole way down first, but you know. It's just nice. Got enough for a key. First key in so long. Excuse me, I'm right here now. I forgot what I was talking about. The game brought me back to it. Oh, I know what I was talking about. I don't even know if I want to tell you this, but here's the vision I have of every single person I meet. When I come up to them, I shake their hand, especially at work. And in my mind, I tell myself, and I sometimes tell them this out loud. Like, you are made in the image of God. You're a child of God. You deserve my respect. I just want to let you know where I'm coming from. That's where I begin, like, every conversation with somebody who like, definitely is working for me. Like, I just want to let you know, I want you to be amazing. That's my job, is to make you amazing. And my bedrock is Christ. From there I go. And you're made in the image of God, and we can make amazing things happen. All right? Again, I'm going to trust you. You know, it's amazing the response, even from atheists, that I'll get from saying this. But so when I say that, you have, I'm done with that. Okay. You have you have a God who wants to establish relationship. Because if we can really I can break down multiple episodes talking about the knowledge of good and evil. So the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Imagine just knowing what is right and wrong to the absolute sense, or you can even look at it the relativistic sense, on every absolute issue, right? So you're like, you have the whole spectrum of color, red and blue. When does, like, if you go from one era of the light spectrum to the other, when exactly does it go from red to blue? Where exactly is that context? And the answer is, well, you can't really tell by looking at the light. You can tell what it's reflecting on. There's a difference in context compared to a lot of other things. So you need to know the context, but from the context you can get an absolute. Because this is the same thing with, like, abortion cases, same thing for, like, the transgender issues. You know, there's just sometimes there's just a lot of things to keep in mind. And you need to talk about these things. The 24-hour news network does us an amazing injustice because we don't even have time to think about things. It just keeps giving us more and more news. And then you have the technology spectrum, which is eliminating your ability to think with your mind. Instead, you think with your feelings and you listen with your eyes. And then you get an explosive environment. And why are people rioting? Why the sudden twist of, like, you can't gather in groups, you might get corona, except if you rage against racism, that's okay. Like, where does this come from? Why is this accepted? It is not. Well, I don't accept it. I expect you not to, too. But that's rational thought, I guess. So this is her Bad Religion's album. It's the age of unreason. And I can see this, and they're atheists saying this. That people just want to... It's a post-truth culture. People don't care about truth so much as they do their perspective of it. Don Lemon was asked in the New York Times. New York Times? No, he's not in the New York Times. This tells you how much I know about him. I know he's a reporter, but that's it. So I apologize if I'm saying something a little askew. But he says, I'm an objective journalist. I tell you my side of the story. And he just violated the definition of objective. Objective is looking for truth. It's objective. It's absolute. You're looking for the absolute story and the truth. My brother has issue with this too, because he's like, I wish they would just give me the facts, not their opinion, and then I can make my own judgment from there. Yeah, I totally agree. But then you have the other side of the story, the right side. If we're talking political agenda, right and left, gets so angry and worked up because the other side will not listen to truth. But just like any kind of relationship, because we were talking about relationships and what's good and what's just and all that stuff too earlier. in order for me to relate to my kids, it's actually a fallacy if I think they're going to jump into my world. Like I have the wisdom and experience of an older adult. I really should jump into into theirs. I can relate to my world and theirs on a lot of levels. And shame on me if I think they got to do everything I do. If anything, I want to grab onto something that piques their interest and try to teach them some moral lessons from there. That's what I should do, and that's just a general consensus of some of the parenting books I've read. So even that's not absolute. Sometimes you have to have, like, say you have a wayward kid. Like you sometimes you got to make those decisions, right? Or like a drug addict, heaven forbid. I mean, those are tough scenarios, dude. Sometimes you just can't be light with those. Sometimes you have to listen to somebody scream for a couple hours because they're addicted to heroin to get them off, and it hurts them. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you'll find them saying and doing weird things that they would never do in their right mind, just because they're addicted. Is that it? I think it's it, dude. Dude, we freaking cream this compounds, man. Hopefully we get a danger room up here soon. Anyway, we went from peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to morality. 2 seconds. It's not even the coffee stream, man. We're not diving deep into anything. It's good old SK. Will be with us till Joe Biden gets in office and bans all video games. What? So in my neighborhood, it's fairly conservative. The guy to my right has a Black Lives Matter poster. Whoa. Cat, is that you? Making those weird noises? So he has a... Ooh, excuse me. He has a Black Lives Matter thing outside his door of his house. And then, the guy across the way has a, oh, I was gonna shoot him, alright? He's smaller than the bullet in my gun. It's hard for me to hit him, and you denied me that honor. Anyway, and across the street I got Joe Biden for president. And right down the road, you got Make America Great Again. Like, this is such a diverse area. Pennsylvania is amazing. I love people and I love conversation. Hence, what is this? I changed my hours from the coffee shop on a 4-bit. I don't know if you listen. But I'm at, oh no. I'm at the Hive coffee shop. Let's just get rid of this. Every Saturday, if you guys want to come down, Pennsylvania, 10 to 12. Talking about culture and conversation. It's a bunch of heat. I thought that monster's supposed to spawn right here. Guess not. So what's the point about talking about things? Let me tell you. Well, first off, discourse is extremely important, especially if you have countering beliefs to somebody else. Your friends that disagree with you are your best friends because they respect you and love you as a person. They let you have your dignity of choice and the outworking of your thoughts. And they are willing to disagree with you for the sake of the friendship. And that's holiness. That's not happiness. Happiness, if you're bent on just having the outworking of your pleasures, your gratifications, your thought process, and having everybody agree with you, there's some conflict. Conflict does not make anybody callous. Lack of conflict does not make anybody callous. Rather, if you're in a world where everybody agrees with you, you'll run into the danger. Oh crap! Run into the danger of never knowing if you're wrong. You gotta chop them up. Reese's Puffs. Chop them up. I don't think I've ever seen this little area either. This is a neat little, like, roundabout thingy. It's kind of... Oh, no! Sorry, guys. Up. I can't go that way? Okay. Come down. Really thought that's how that worked? It's okay. I'm so psyched. Freaking Tordo. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go, Mike. Super Gecko Speed. Wait, no. I'm thinking PJ Masks, my daughter's favorite show. Super Cat Speed, that's it. Super Cat Speed, Super Gecko Camouflage, Super Owl Wings. Dude, I love driving into my kids' shows. Just getting into it. Then we can pretend. I know exactly what we're gonna do when we play pretend. I have it set up. I already know my role. I'm Gecko. He has super Gecko muscles. He's my favorite. He has super Gecko shield and camouflage, but Daddy doesn't hide. Unless I'm told I have to play hide and seek, then I do. For a little bit. Oh, come on. Love these levels, man. They're simple, they're nice. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh. That's some ASI right there. With the Popo. He's got the Popo-Laris. Wait. Is that a neutralizer? He's switch shooting. He's a maniac. There's gotta have been some kind of upgrade to this game, because, like, I'm not dying from one guy shooting a Polaris from absolute frame lag. I can see what's going on. Must be something I'm missing. What are we gonna get rid of for this? This is so special. I guess these. We have fire already. Beautiful. Shakti. I miss my saxophone, yo. Only Harry. It's Harry Mandek, right? The guy who did. Don't walk off the cliff. Dude, again, I choose the best level to get radiance, right? We get no radiance in this freaking level. From now on, you guys got to call me out. If I complain about not having radiance, whose fault is that? You know, obviously yours for not encouraging me to do something better with my life. No, there we go, victim mode again. Just knocked him off the edge. That's how hard we beat that sucker. No, it's my own fault, because we're gonna go to the most simplistic levels with the least amount of chest drops and expect miracles to happen. Well, I can do that. I can base my thought process. Why did I think Winter Grave would be a great gun there? I don't know. We can base our thought process not on reality, but on whimsy. That, the percent chance of a tornado going through a junkyard. We can base our life on that, and say it did happen. But the fact that it actually did happen, it's ridiculous. You know how many of those variables of the universe becoming in existence involve, like, if one of them goes wrong, then matter separates for all eternity, and it can never happen again. Like, I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is just puzzling to me. But again, that's still coming from a point of an absolute. The best theory mankind has to provide is still laughable compared to what we know we assume we will know later. That point of reference I get from, like, the guy named Faz Raza. That's awesome. Where are we at? 18? Oh wait, get some time for some monologue. Let's just sit around the campfire. By the way, props to Aino for drawing my character with Mike next to it. Let's see if I can find it here. Plus. Because, like, it looks really amazing. Browse. SK temp. I put it on, like, every one of my video templates. I just felt it was so good. I use it. It's on my Twitch for sure. You guys ever want to watch Twitch on Friday or Saturday night? 8 to 10. I think I'm doing Neon Abyss because I can't get enough of that game. I figured out a way to record it fairly well. Oh boy, what a great switch. While still getting surprised. I play it too much. I can't put up videos fast enough. Who's going to want to watch 2 hours of me playing that game every day? I don't know, maybe you will. Let's get 10. And EF. That's not it. Header. That's it. Oh. Maybe I just can't find it. Oh, it's a stream temp. Sorry. I'm walking you through something you can't see. Don't worry, it's coming. There we go. He calls me good spirit. Beautiful. See if I can... There it is. Like, that is cool looking, man. I don't know. I haven't had anything like that in a while. Last time I had a... like... I don't know. Arena. Please. Please. What is... Oh my gosh. Are you coming? Wasn't this a Mints, didn't you ask me? It's not Ace. Not Ace asked. Let's go. Okay. Luckily, we brought down a whole bunch of... so how can we help out here? I'm actually kind of happy that we got the arena. Now we get to get some radiance. Get the Amorous Clash. So there's gonna be Reavers. We should probably get the Sleep Bomb. You could put Undead to sleep. I think just swap out the Winter Grave for a Sleep Bomb will be good. That sounds okay. Maybe an anti-poison trinket. Trying to think intelligently here if we can once in a while in the Spiral Knights universe. Alright, let's see. Pop you here. And T is for trinket. They're not alphabetized, which just throws me into a freaking loop every time. That's sword damage. We need that. We can take the gun damage away because we have a... There we go. We're ready. You shock him, I'll sleep him. Not Ace. We got this. We got this. It's going to be another cake run in Spiral Park. But even if you post a comment here and you disagree with me, getting back to the whole agreement versus disagreement thing, I love it. At least interactivity. Don't sever somebody. Don't unsubscribe because you disagree with the point of view. I don't. I encourage you not to also. But then again, this is the whole dignity of choice thing. You can choose to, if you wish. You can only take so much of untruth in your system if that's the direction you're going with it. I know I can. I'd take my ear out of politics, man. Back to philosophy and theology for me. It's just a much better world. Something I can have concretely, because there's no time to think in politics. It's constant mudslinging. Even if you're not the person involved. It's just like, come on, man. You guys really don't want to work together? Is that really how this is going to work? Get him. That was the wrong one. That's okay, I'll run in there. Freaking flag football player extraordinaire. Here we go. Oh, okay, we didn't get hit with it. Good job. Can they be slept? Asleep? There we go, that's the word. Can they be asleep and shocked at the same time? I guess so. A horrible way to sleep, though. Being electrocuted. What kind of dreams are you having, man? He is unhittable. Until right then. But I watch, this is one of the reasons that atheistic books from a philosophy and Nietzsche and Sam Harris and Christopher Hitchens, they line my bookshelves also, not on par with Christian theology, because honestly, the depth and philosophy of theology itself and the study of scripture and truth is way more in depth than atheism or scientism or anything else ism or ology or elia you can possibly think of. God is immense when you think about perfection measured up against man. What is man that you're mindful of him? Even the Bible passages are just wrought with deep thinking. But I know one thing I kind of got away from was like the talking about truth and the talking about like what if we the concept of the knowledge of good and evil is going to hurt. The concept of the knowledge of good and evil. Imagine if we just like we could sense that I talked about spectrum, right? If we just could sense the spectrum would just be automatic inside of us. The decisions we made were not based on our gratifications, whether, sexual, temporal, dopaminic, or otherwise. They were actually based on truth and a greater perspective. It says that Adam walked with God in the cool of the day. So that means he was walking with a greater perspective. We're getting all sorts of frame-like jumps now, man. That's alright, it's to be expected in a 4-person party. But walking with God, walking with truth and perfection in the cool of the day. When things were not totally adverse. After that, when Adam chose to hide from God, what happened? He was afflicted with toil. From dust we came from, dust we shall return. We shall till the earth by the sweat of our brow. And that women, excuse me, a woman will bring life into the world through pain. More adversity, right? We look through. It's something that this is something I can't truly speak to of experience, obviously, but looking forward to that moment, you will have to go through that bridge of pain to bear a child. But the reward afterward, you will not even know the reward until you're there. You can't, like, you can have. This is amazingly revolutionary to me. Revelationary? I think that's a word. But it's revelationary to me because it's the whole concept of, like, everyone will tell you, you'll have evidence of this stuff. You'll have glimpses into it. Even here on Earth, the mild pleasures that we have here, the things that, you know, when we think about a joyous day, it's just a glimpse of what heaven's going to be like when we get absolute joy. It's God's reward, the whole concept of what God's supposed to give us is himself. He's giving us perfection. But thinking about hell, and people just willingly, God. So I picture. You ever see Star Wars? I guess I don't know which one. Oh no! I fell for it. You got me. Okay, let's do this, and we're gonna get hit again. And let's do, and just pass out for a minute because I forgot what button was supposed to do what. We just have you in the middle. Lead the charge, buddy. Hopefully we don't go down again. I didn't expect slimes to be here. Oop. But okay, picture Anakin, right? It's the epitome of it. Anakin after, you know, Obi-Wan obviously has the higher ground and whatever, because that whole scene is just hilarious. Don't do it, Anakin. I have the higher ground, therefore I win everything. That didn't, yeah, whatever. But it's just that. The hand of salvation, the hand of rescuing is right there. And Isaiah says so many times, his wrath is not turned away. He will not pull it away. Just because of the nature of God and nature of logic, you won't be separated by the consequences of your actions. But his hand is still stretched out. You can still take the hand of God and still make your life better. It's going to be tough. You might have to crawl out of the worst things ever, and you might have to die. You might have to carry a cross and be crucified at the end of it. But your life will be for the better. God does this whole thing, this whole life here, just to make us better. The consequence of having the knowledge of good and evil was to put a bookend to our life. We were meant to be alive forever, to live forever in this shell we wear right now, but because it's with sin, we need a new one. It's destined to die. Then you look at the other bookends of some people's lives in the past, and God shortened our lifespan because he saw, like, even the depth. And when you become the outworking of your choices, eventually you become so twisted if you go off the path, nothing can compare to the hideousness of your mind. Especially because we're so good at hiding it too. And if you're not here to converse, if you don't talk with other people, don't talk about what's right and true and good, don't look at statistics that are objectively true, like a two-parent household being what makes the world succeed. If you don't want to go into truth and this is where the back door of the imagination can have such a hold on a person. Anyway, oh my gosh, 10,021 raids. What have we done? Once again, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and join the Discord. And I'll see you later. Take care. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.